you, because I know that can be very challenging for people to
Sure.
either start changing their diet, switch their diet, even if they want to, because of the addiction to the sugar, the processed food, the meat, the dairy. You know, we can go into so much on that. But just kind of wrapping up, what are some things that people can actually do to start being more diligent about their diet?
In order to get from point A to point B, you've got to have three pieces of information. You've got to know what point A is, you've got to know what point B is, and you've got to know something about the terrain. That's how a GPS works, right? It's got its mapping data, but it has to know where you are and have the GPS going, and it's got to know where you're going. And so I think that similarly, if you have health goals and food goals, you kind of want to know what they are and identify them and clarify what your mission is. Do you want to fight disease? Do you want to live a long, healthy life? Do you want to dispel brain fog? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to have a better sex life? And those kinds of things can all happen when you know what you're headed towards. And then you want to also know kind of where you are, like honestly. Self-assessment is kind of important. Do you slip? Do you fall? Do you have late night cookie binges? It doesn't really matter if you avoid junk all day, if you binge all night, you know? And so it's important to understand kind of where you're slipping, what the weakest links are in your food chain so that you can make progress. But the main thing is don't make the perfect into the enemy of the good. Clarify where you are, set some goals, and then take steps, one step at a time forward. I'm not interested in fancy diets that you go on for a few weeks and then binge afterwards. I'm interested in habits. It's our habits that shape our destiny. It's what we do when gravity calls, when you can jump, but you're going to land. And so I'm interested in what you land in, what catches you, what sustains you, what are the grooves that you go into when you're on autopilot. And the right use of willpower isn't to fight the grooves, it's to create new ones. And then you just keep channeling your energy there. And then it gets easier and easier. So eventually you don't have to struggle. It's not an uphill battle just to do the right thing for your health. It's the path of least resistance. And you're on a super highway towards the health and the vitality and the joy and the pleasure that you deserve.